We're here with our old friend, Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies. Now, Richard, you just told me something very important that you wanted me to say, but I don't remember what it was, so can you say it for me? It was something about numbers and percentages and things that I don't understand.
This is the best way for loan officers to keep the majority of the revenue that they earn every year, just like a real estate agent.
Got it.
You know, real estate agents pay what we call a cap in industry. Normally, it's around $16,000 to $20,000, and then after they pay in their commission to reach that for the company, they keep 100% of it. So we're going to do the same thing at Richard Toccato Companies. You as a loan officer are going to pay us a cap of $16,000, and everything else you keep, everything else you earn is yours. So real quick, an example: if you make $200,000 in a year, I'm going to take $16,000 of it, and then you're going to keep $184,000. The traditional model that loan officers work on now, they do $200,000 in revenue, and they keep about $80,000 or $100,000.
Really?
So this is going to change the game. We're going to do what other real estate firms have been doing for years, but we're doing it on the mortgage broker side.
And this is something that's not being done anywhere. It's totally different.
Totally different, not being done anywhere else. We're also going to have revenue share. So if you bring loan officers to us, you're going to make money off, you're going to make money from a downline, just like EXP or Keller Williams.
Wow.
So it's you got to check it out. Just go to workwithrichard.info. It's simple, workwithrichard.info. See if it's for you. Give me a call. Let's have a conversation.
Okay, you want me to try to say it?
Yeah, you say it.
Check it out, workwithrichard.info.
Hi, I'm Thomas Davis, and let me tell you why I'm a proud member of Team Neogenics.
If your nagging pain is keeping you from being active, do something about it. Join the long list of pros and average Joes who have found relief with our stem cell and regenerative therapies.
After trying all the others, I decided to try Neogenics. My knees and shoulders haven't felt this good since my college days. If you want to get back in the game, do what I did. Visit Neogenics, where all you have to lose is pain.
Our nation's second president, John Adams, always slept on the left side of the bed. He believed this would increase his chances of having positive dreams and a more successful next day. That's why every mattress we sell here at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress includes a left side.
And for those that prefer waking up on the right side of the bed, our mattresses come with one of those too.
This President's Day, you can save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic sets. Only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
It's the Ace and TJ Show with a little extra. Uncensored, unedited, and almost uninterrupted. Get ready for the most extra podcast known to man. The Ace and TJ Show presents the Extra Funny Podcast.
Look at y'all coming all up in here for the extra funny. I don't care usually what the situation is. I always find a little tiny bit of amusement whenever I hear of people doing things with a corpse, not sexual deviant things, but just like hiding one so they, when they died of natural causes, not if they murked somebody. Weekend at Bernie's type situations.
Yeah.
And I think it's because that movie was so huge when we were young, Ace, that anytime I think about somebody using a corpse as a decoy or to fake like the person's still alive, I find it to be humorous, because if the person died of natural causes, it's not hurting them any really. I know you got laws against messing with a corpse and all that, but I mean, to me, it's a victimless crime. You're not hurting the person, but whatever you do when you're hiding a corpse, by nature is going to be immoral. I think you're not ever just hiding a corpse because, and if you are hiding a corpse just because you can't bear to part with the person, then you need to be in a hospital. But stories like this, these two women in Ohio, they've been arrested because they were living with this 80-year-old man, and they're not related in any way. They were just says they were living with him, and he died. So they dressed him up and propped his body up into their car, and then they drove to his bank's drive-through window and withdrew $900 from his account. The bank had previously allowed them to take money out as long as he was with them. So, I see, like you were saying earlier about buying cigarettes for your dad when you were little, Ace. They'd see him in the truck.
He's
and
there.
Like, okay, yeah.
Okay. He knows what's going on.
Well, that's the way the bank did with him when he was alive. So they did. I guess that was the last $900 in his account because they got that $900 and then just dumped the body off at a hospital. So it wasn't like they kept him for a long time and kept using him and all of that.
What do you mean? Dumped his body off at a hospital? Like
They just like pulled up to the emergency room and pushed him out. Yeah, you hear about people doing that kind of stuff all the time. Like if they've been out committing a crime and one of the group got really injured and all that, they just dump them out at the emergency room and then haul ass.
The next person that just walks up is like, hey, there's a dead guy out here.
Right, or somebody who's really hurt that needs medical attention. Because if you go in, they're going to be asking questions.
Ask questions. Cops are there.
Right. So the cops caught up with them and then questioned them and arrested them. They both have rap sheets, shock of all shocks. They include theft, drug offenses, and one of the women was convicted of reckless assault. They told the police they found him dead inside the home earlier that day, but his cause of death is still under investigation. So he's 80. So the cops are saying it's believable that he died of natural causes, but there's still going to be some charges brought against them. How long would a person, like what is the expiration date for you as to whether or not you would touch a dead body? Like how dead do they have to be before you go, all right, they've been dead too long, I'm not touching them?
This pre-embalmment, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, like you see it in the movies all the time.
It's a good question.
Somebody walks in and they see somebody they know that has died and or been killed, and they run over and scoop them up and cry and hold them and all that.
Yeah.
I can see that happening if that's somebody you're really close to, but it's just something in the psyche where as soon as a person expires, a lot of people go, "Oh, don't touch him.
Yeah.
Don't touch him."
I'm gonna give you 2 hours.
2 hours.
2 hours. Like I figure within a 2 hour window, if I come in and you're dead, I'm gonna come over and kind of pick you up or something. I don't know why. 2 hours. I don't have any rational reason why. I don't know if there's a difference in the body between 2 hours and 3 hours. 2 hours just seems like it's like that's a good number. 3 just seems a little bit too long. I don't know.
The first time I ever got freaked out by something like that was when my mamaw died. Now, that's what we called my great-grandmother. My grandfather's mom was mamaw. And she was one of those people that was old, looked 80 when she was 20.
Right.
Just always looked old. So she died, and I was young, and it was about my first experience of being at a wake or something like that. And I'm standing there looking at her in the casket. And then my cousin Harold, who is a couple years younger than I am, walks up to the casket, puts his hand on it, and then reaches over and then just starts rubbing her forehead like he's just rubbing her hair back, like slicking it back, and just playing with her head. And I was like, "Oh my God, what is he doing? Yeah. Harold, don't do that."
Yeah, that's weird.
So at that point I was like, "Oh, you're not supposed to touch dead people."
Yeah, I think I'm not. I think I'm done after the person dies. I don't think
the minute they die.
I think.
All right. This is going to sound really bad, especially on Women's Day.
Oh God! Well, maybe do you want to say it?
I don't like the way you've prefaced this. I got to be honest.
This is going to sound really bad, especially on Women's Day.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. It wasn't good to start with, but it would do that, especially on International Women's Day.
Now, let me say, I would not do this because I have scruples and I know right from wrong, and I would not do it. But I always wondered if when those paramedics came to Anna Nicole Smith when she died.
You've brought this up before.
Yeah. These are Bahamian EMTs and stuff.
Yeah.
So we don't know if they have the same, level of professionalism or whatever.
Right.
Do you think they not did anything blatant with her body, but wanted to inspect a little more than they normally would because she was a star and she was so beautiful and you know, all of that stuff.
Her beauty is what made her career, essentially. That they took a minute to sneak a peek.
Yeah.
I would hope not.
I would too. That's what I'm saying. I would definitely hope not. But people have weaknesses, and some people are just sorry, you know?
Yeah.
Bahamians, right?
They're shitty. No, I'm not saying condemning all Bahamians. I mean, I've met a lot of them, and they're very nice. The ones that I've met. I've never met an asshole Bahamian or a Bahamian asshole. Yeah. But, I mean, you're talking about an American, to them, an American superstar.
A worldwide sex symbol.
Yeah, living in the mansion and, you know, all of that. Yeah. Well, who am I kidding? I know a lot of American men who would be, hell yeah, I'd be looking at it. Yeah. You know. But they're not trained EMTs either. They don't have that level of professionalism. They're just preverts.
Yeah.
No way. That's so bad. On a dead person.
And you know, I don't understand how everybody doesn't wonder about things like that. All of a sudden, I'm the asshole that even thinks about it, you know, just for thinking it.
Nobody said that.
Well, I've had people say that. Yeah. Like,
Good.
I'm the prevert just for wondering if somebody else was a prevert.
Right.
The fact that I would even think of asking the question makes me a prevert, according to a lot of people. But again, let's hope not.
Let's hope not.
Yeah, for sure.
But you can ask that question around people in your office today. Do you think the EMTs went to get Anna Nicole Smith, took a peek?
You can ask that if you want to go visit HR.
Well, ask the HR director.
I mean,
that way, you know, if you go straight to the HR person, then nobody can run tell on you or anything.
Yeah.
If that ever happens to me, I'm just going to say, it's locker room talk. I love it. Yeah. Oh, well, he said it was locker room talk. So it's
so it's
okay.
fine.
Everything's fine.
Mm-hmm. And then this woman in Florida was so obsessed with her ex-boyfriend, and they broke up, and he kicked her out of the house. If you're going to kick an angry lover out who is showing signs of not wanting to let go, the first thing you should do is take the extra key that they know where the hiding place is and get it out of the hiding place.
Well, yeah.
So he was gone. She gets the key out of the hiding place, goes in, and when he comes in, she throws a bottle of Sprite at him and then hits him with pickled pork juice. So you wonder how that could happen. Well, you know, you think about, like, say you got a big old jar at the good convenience stores of pickled pig's feet.
Right.
Throw that jar at somebody. Damn. Or even if, you know, it's just people use it as a brine all the time for pickling pork. You can use it as a brine at home. I think she's just grabbing whatever she can get.
But she's there waiting.
Yeah.
Like when he opens that door, it's a full on. So he just opens the door and things are flying at him.
But you got to think that's her first attempt at violence, right? If those are the weapons of choice, like, she really didn't want to hurt him.
Yeah, because she had time to come up with a plan.
Right, yeah.
If she'd really wanted to hurt him, you get a shovel and hide behind the door.
Or if you're going to, you know, throw something, I mean, you know, tire tool or, you know, just a hammer, light hammer you could throw at him. But it's just like she was just drinking Sprite and then said, oh, by the way,
take that.
And then here's your stinking pickled pork juice. That sounds disgusting, but it's not really.
Awful.
Oh, it sounds terrible.
Y'all never had pickled pork?
I don't think I have, no.
That'll really pork your pickle.
Is pig feet in those things?
Yeah. And pigtails too.
Yeah, tails.
Pickled pig's tails.
Is this something, Riggins, that you would find exciting on some level? That she had, but you've always said that the obsession.
Yeah.
She's so obsessed that she came back, snuck in the house, and was angry and throwing stuff at him. At some level, would you be like, yeah, that's kind of cool?
I like the idea that they're that upset, but I wouldn't want her to act out on it.
How good would you be at dodging something thrown at you? You're pretty nimble when it comes to no.
Do I look nimble?
Well, I don't know. There's a difference. There's a difference in reflexes, like dodging something thrown at you.
No.
And then running and doing calisthenics.
I feel like Ace would be good at dodging stuff.
Why?
Because I sense like a bit coming up here, and I don't want any part of it.
No, I wouldn't throw it.
I feel like Ace would be great at it, though.
Let's see if you can dodge a knife.
I was just thinking that.
I know you would.
What if we threw knives at you? Could you do it?
Yeah, let's see what happens.
It's the Ace and TJ Show with a little something extra. This is the Extra Funny Podcast.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months, 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.
Winter is here, which means you're just going to stay inside and not do anything fun and exciting, right? No, that is wrong, because this year you're going to go to acetj.com/Gaston and see all of the incredible things that you can do right now in Gaston County. Everything is laid out for you, from things to do, to restaurants, to bars, to shopping, to unique weekend activities. And we'll get you ready for the spring and the summer with a list of all their great festivals. Find all of this and much more at acetj.com/Gaston.
If you're so frustrated because you're having to run around all the time, you're so busy, you feel like you're not getting your family something great to eat, then you need Culver's. It's the perfect thing for you. Always made to order, fresh, hot ingredients all day, every day.
And not only do they have the freshest ingredients all day, every day, but they are a part of the community. They're proud to be a part of the Indian Trail community, where they're under new ownership. Belmont, University area, Salisbury. Make them a part of your daily routine. Make it your new neighborhood spot. Short waits for the freshest food in town. Get details at acetj.com/Culver's.